This woman, Yeonmi Park, she is a North Korean, sorry, not a South Korean, North Korean activist. She escaped from North Korea to China to Mongolia and then eventually somewhere else. I'm not sure. But my problem with all this is she is a North Korean activist, but she is making a lot of money off of North Korea. She's making a lot of money, getting a lot of popularity, getting a lot of views and subscribers. So, could we say that maybe she is sensationalizing her, her actual lived experience in North Korea and sensationalizing it and making it seem worse than it actually is? Because there's no one to corroborate whether or not she's telling the truth. She could be lying and making all of this up and sensationalizing everything just to get more support, just to get more views, just to get more money, just to get more subscribers. She has a YouTube channel on YouTube that has over 600,000 subscribers. She's been on YouTube for a very short time, just documenting her journey and how she was able to escape is going to make her a lot of money. But at the same time, if you consider the morality behind it, is it okay to be making money on talking about the death of your previous family and all those people around you that lived in North Korea? Like, I mean, I get it. She's a pretty girl, but why does she have to be pretty though? Because there's a lot of other North Korean activists that are doing a lot more work than she is. She's, just a pretty girl that is basically privileged now that she's in America. She has a lot of money now, so she's more privileged than a lot of other people. But why don't we shine more light on other different North Korean activists? Why are we only looking at Yeonmi Kim? Is it because she's Yeonmi Park? Is it because she's attractive? Is that why we're giving her all these opportunities and giving her these platforms to speak on and to tell her story? I mean, I enjoyed the podcast so far. I'm like, what, 30 minutes in? I'm enjoying the podcast, but I feel that she is being disingenuous and saying things, sensationalizing her lived experience to get more money. And that's fine. I mean, that's part of the game, but don't act like you are very holier than thou. Because I feel that she is a liar and a snake. I don't believe that what she's saying is true. Now let's play the clip a little bit.
And so he does get out, and they never put him back in jail again.
Because I rescued him after I went to China. I got him out, so he had to go back. He had to go back to jail, but he died in China.
I mean, I get it. Your dad died in China, but you're such a fucking lying bitch. Because, okay, why don't you give other North Korean activists your platform? Why don't you give them more? Why don't you try to help the people in North Korea? Why don't you do all these other things for North Korean people? All you're doing is living in America and making money by telling the story. Telling the story of North Koreans is not going to change anything different for North Koreans. She's not actually helping North Koreans. She's helping herself. She's helping herself. She's making money for herself. Which, I'm not gonna knock that, but let's look at her record. Let's consider her record. This is Yeonmi Park. She definitely had some type of facial reconstruction surgery for sure, because she does not look the same. But she fled North Korea to China and settled in South Korea before moving to the United States. She came from an educated, politically connected family that turned to black market trading during North Korea's economic collapse. They fled to China where Park and her mother fell into the hands of human traffickers as she was sold into slavery before escaping to Mongolia. She works to promote human rights in North Korea and around the globe. But really, all she's doing is making money on YouTube. look, 50 million views in 2 days on YouTube. Come on, man. She's really not being honest. Okay. She looks different too. I think she must have had facial reconstruction. Some commentators have noted inconsistencies in her North Korean stories. So, I was right. I mean, she lies a lot in her stories. She sensationalizes a lot of her stories. She lies about a lot of shit. She's making a lot of shit up because she needs to make money. That's why she's doing these things, bro. Like, you really believe that she's actually telling the truth and being honest? You think that people do that in today's society? If you think that even if 50% of what she's saying is true, you probably need to break that down and go to like 10%, because there's a lot of inconsistencies in her stories, as mentioned in the Wikipedia page. There's a lot of things that she says that's not true, and we are not gonna believe you, Yeonmi Park, because you're a pretty girl. Like, that's not how the world works. I work with facts and not just opinions. Like, how can we even corroborate her story, and how can we even know that what she's telling us is true? We're just supposed to believe her because she's a woman and she's pretty? Pretty woman? Pretty women privilege. I mean, that's one way of looking at it. But yeah, I don't believe her. That's just how it is. Like, I really don't believe her. She needs more people. You need more people. Yeonmi Park, we don't believe you, man. Like, just get out of here with that bullshit, dude. Tell the truth. Stop lying. Stop fucking lying, man. Like, a lot of the things she says is true, and I sympathize with the North Korean people, but I just don't know if she's telling. I really don't believe she's telling the truth. I just don't believe it.
So you were 13.
Look at Joe sensationalizing it too.
When you and your family, and was it you and your mother that escaped?
Yeah.
How did you get out?
So that hospital, right? Initially, my sister and I was gonna escape, but when North Koreans say when you are escaping, of course we don't have phones, we don't have a map, we don't know what's the outside world look like.
Lies after lies. But yeah, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Tell me what you guys think about this video. Tell me what you guys think about Yeonmi Park lying about her lived experience in North Korea.